All right, so today I am reloading for the very first time. As you can see, you can't see the whole table, but I am well equipped. I've been working on acquiring all this stuff for a while now, where I can absolutely do everything from, case prep to the loading portion of everything. So I am reloading. What I'm starting with is I have a few different caliber dies to reload stuff, but I'm starting with 25-35. I have a rifle that was manufactured in 1907, I think it was. And it's been in the family forever. It's killed a ton of deer, quite a few elk as well. My dad's killed a lot of deer with it. And this is going to be my first year using it. And I got an Idaho whitetail hunt coming up, so I figured how perfect. So given that it's a lever action open sight, it's going to be a lot of close range type stuff. So this doesn't have to be dialed in perfect precision stuff. It just needs to be safe. So I'm going to go through the process. I want to get this on video just to document it for memory's sake. Just maybe see where I am a few years down the road, how far I've come, and also for any critiques for anybody that might watch this. So I've already got my dies adjusted here, which is pretty easy. It's just a matter of reading the instructions to get those set up. I also have some 300 Win Mag dies on here. But we're doing the 25-35. So, we got our lube pad here. I will let you know, I did already lube these, but you just kind of give it a little lube. I know some guys were lubing the inside as well. However, I just don't think it's necessary because these are brand new brass. So, they're pretty uniform, but I will, run them through here just for good measure, just to make sure everything is exactly the same. So, go ahead and pump those through real quick. And I got my calipers here, and I've measured everything as far as case length. No trimming necessary. Everything is perfectly uniform and in meet specs. So that is all well there. So we're going to resize, and then the next step I am going to move over to priming the brass. So I did throw a couple primers in the brass a while back when I first got it and put it together just to play with it. So I have this hand priming tool. We'll go ahead and throw some extra primers in there. So I got these CCI primers. So you should be able to just open this up. You don't want to touch them. Definitely don't want to touch them. Don't want I think it's the oils from your hands and stuff. Okay, so once they're in there, it's got ridges, almost like a gold pen, so you can kind of wiggle it back and forth, and they're naturally gonna land where you need them. Which, they're almost there. There's just one more. Maybe I'll take this off here. Oh, that did it. Maybe we do it with that off. Okay, so, I don't know if you can see that, but they're all facing up so they can go up into the brass. So this particular primer, hand priming tool, you have to put a shell holder on there. So I have a 25-35 shell holder. So let's make sure those are, whoops. Okay. All right. So, get that in there. Uh-oh, that one was in there. That one was in there upside down. There we go. That's what we want to see. So I guess we're going to start with 4. 4 for a trial run. Okay, there's another one. There's another one. And there's another one. All right. So we got 4 primed and resized brass. What I did is, so I have a few reloading manuals, but I did download the Hornady app. All the bullets that I have are Hornady. I like the ELDXs, but on these ones, it's the, what are they, the interlocks. So it's like a snub nose, which is pretty standard for something like this, lever action, so they can all fill the tube up. Okay, so, but anyways, it's kind of a uncommon round, I guess, nowadays, so there's not as much information in the manuals. But on the Hornady app, it was like $1, and I bought the data for it. So what I'm gonna do here is select the bullet weight. So those are 117 grains. By the way, on the app, it'll show you all the case overall lengths, all that stuff, to make sure that your specs are correct there. So we are loading with H4895. So we want to make sure we're looking at the right powder. H4895, okay. So we want to be rocking at 21 grains is what we're going to do on this load. So I got this guy here. We're going to turn that on. We're going to dial that in. Let's do it. 21. Auto repeat. Okay. Enter. This is very new to me. Okay. I also got this really cool funnel kit that's got a bunch of attachments. So this is .257, which is perfect for the 25 caliber. So what that does is that fits right over that. But what I do want to do is I just want to clean these off real quick. Also, if there is any lube that may have got around the neck right there, just clean it off real quick so the powder doesn't try sticking to it. I did not lube the inside of these, but just do a quick, just in case a little bit got on there. Okay. All right, so got that. Let's go ahead and put our funnel on there. Okay. It's auto. Just goes on the next one. I like that. Okay. This is my first time using that. And it just sits there and it gets it perfect down to the grain. Okay, that's 21. Set that there, and I think it just automatically kicks off. Okay. We got one more. Perfect. Let's go ahead and shut that off now. Okay. All right. So we're all powdered up. Now we're gonna move on to the bullet seating, and I've already got this adjusted. I even played with one, and I pulled the bullet out of it before I had a primer or anything. But I wanted to cut the video down, so I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You can put your brass in there, put your bullet, compress that down, measure it, just kind of play with it a little bit. This does have a micrometer cedar on it, so it's pretty easy to dial everything in. But I did make sure that I wanted it where I needed it. Okay, so I'm gonna take these guys. The other thing that, I mean, I did message, I sent in an email to Lee on these. I feel like the neck tension's really tight. Like, these just don't sit in there perfectly. I don't know how well they're supposed to go. I mean, it barely sticks in there enough to hold it. But I feel like it's just a really tight neck tension. So let's see what this looks like. Go ahead and press this. Okay. All right. Okay, there it is. That is my first ever bullet that I've reloaded from start to finish. Primer, powder, bullet. First ever. This is history right here. Okay. Pretty cool. So, yeah, I've never completed one. Let's just measure this real quick. Okay, so case overall length, or combined case length, is 2.538. So if we go to our app, so I said 2.538. The maximum case to overall length is 2.550. So of course we're just under that. So I guess we're all good there. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and stick the bullets in the rest of these. But yeah, otherwise, I know, I mean, it would make sense to me as soon as you put the powder in it to put the bullet on the casing, so then you know which ones you've done. I've seen guys do that. However, these they don't want to stay in there by themselves. And I just feel like there's something weird with the neck tension. Like, I definitely don't think these need to be crimped. Especially when I was using the bullet removing tool. Like, I did it on one of the 300 Win Mag ones to adjust it, and it popped out a lot easier compared to this one. I had to hammer that thing to get the bullet to come out. I just feel like the neck tension's really tight. Okay. Alright. Last one. That's being stubborn. There we go. Or it's just me. User error. Okay. Alright, got that in there. So let's just measure these. Let's see the everything's uniform. Okay. The other thing too, what I got is the... Okay, so I pulled my comparator kit out. Right here. 25 cal. I pulled that out. Got it set up on this. So apparently measuring the overall length isn't, always going to be super accurate just because of the bullets. There's always going to be a tiny bit of difference. So measuring from the ogive is always going to be accurate, where you want to look for your uniformity. Zero it out when it's all the way down. I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. This is strictly University of YouTube information, so I'm just more thinking out loud. Okay. So let's see where we're at. 2.244. 2.242. .247. I notice when it depends how I hold it. I mean, it's hard to read it perfect, but I mean, these are all so close. They're all within a couple 1,000s. .246. So they were at 2.242 to 2.247, I think. .244. .248. I guess it depends how far you go down on it. So, I guess I don't know how close they should be, but it seems like they're within 3 to 4 1,000s of each other. They're all pretty close. In this instance, I'm not too concerned about it because I'm hoping that I can shoot a deer. I mean, ideally, I'm thinking anywhere from 50 to 80 yards. It's going to be in some really thick stuff. So, yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. But when I start some load development on my 300 Win Mag, building like a long-range precision rifle right now, that needs to be down to the T. So, but there we go. It's good enough for me.